I'm for real. I'm just so real, it's crazy nuts. Well, hi everybody. I got the weird lighting going on because it's like, it's just a weird day, and I need some feedback, some opinions, help, however you want to look at it. But I want you to look at something and see if you read it the way I'm reading it, and you know, make it like a joint adventure where everybody's checking it out. Okay, let me turn this off for some. Okay. As I told you before, I built the whole AM side, and it was going pretty good for a while, till I got to the end, and then the last IF can broke, and here it is. You know what? I'm gonna have to fix the lighting here. Let me pause it, and we'll go do that. Okay, here's the little IF can. Okay, and this is for the oscillator, and the core piece inside the little ferrite core broke in half, and so I took that out. I ordered some. I got a new one, and let me just show you here. I got a lot of stuff going on this right at the moment, but okay, the last one there. Okay, this one right here. It's a little bit bigger too. Yeah, this one here is the one I replaced and put it in, and I'm not getting anything. Well, I'm just not getting any radio signals, and I don't understand why. I mean, I got the antennas in, everything is kind of working the way it should. Now, so I started going through and checking out all the voltages all the way down the line. There's a list in here. It gives you the voltages for all the transistors and everything. So that's what I started doing. Well, when I got to the end, in the oscillator mixer stage where the can broke with the last part before the antenna, I checked the transistor there, and the values were really low. All the other ones checked out. They were right on the money, right where they're supposed to be. I get the last one, it's low. Now, it's sitting in the middle of a voltage divider, okay, the base is. And then on the emitter, you know, you've kind of got you got a resistor that kind of helps dictate the load and all that. But I mean, the base, which should be like 1.5, is at like 0.85. And if you sit and do the math with a voltage divider, you do the formula and all that, it should come out to 1.5. And when I test the voltage above the resistor where it's coming in at, it's where it should be. But when I check below it, it's not. Now I don't know if that, and I pulled the resistor out. I think that's a bad resistor. It checked on perfect. Now I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna see if we can get this in here. So okay, right here. This is the area I'm talking about. Okay. Now if you can get like a single shot of that, or take a good look, because I can't hold this up here and try to explain it, because I have to kind of look at it while I'm doing it. But this here is the transistor I'm talking about. This one right here. Okay, and there's a resistor up here and a resistor down here. And when you get a chance, if you can look at the schematic that I just showed you, you will see that coming out, and it's Q7, coming off the base going to ground, is it's a resistor. It's resistor 32 And the resistor 32, its value is 12K ohms, okay? All right, so now if you go back on the schematic and you follow that, you follow where the circuit would go, and you see that there's another resistor that comes down into that line, and that's R31. So that would be the resistor that's up on top. And this is the one that I told you I took out to make sure that the resistor was good. I'm getting the voltage I should have on the top, but not on the bottom. Okay, that's resistor 31, and the value on that is 56K. Okay. Now, I thought, well, okay, maybe because it's at the end, and this has automatic gain control. Well, maybe something's messing up. Something, I don't know. Maybe there's a short that I haven't found yet. But anyway, maybe it's kicking back, and the automatic gain control is knocking this out. So I shorted that. There's you can jump from R38 to test point 3. And that will kind of knock out the automatic gain control, so you won't have anything going back knocking that down. So you should have full power no matter what. And that didn't help. Now, one last thing, on the emitter, the resistor that's on the emitter is that's R33. And that one is 3.3K. Okay, now, like I said, I know I'm just kind of throwing this out at you, and you don't really have a lot of information. And maybe as I can go along, I can give you some more on it, and then maybe you could say, well, okay, yeah, well, this is doing that. I went over this thing. I went and I checked out all my solder joints. I've been soldering this really careful all the way through. I haven't been like just going in and doing them real quick. Every one, and you almost have to, because it was tin for that no lead, and it's kind of hard to solder, but you got to work it a bit. But you get a good solder if you just take your time on each solder joint. You'll get a good solder joint. Well, I went over and I made sure that they were all good. If one even looked a little thin or whatever, I went in and redid them and that. So, I don't have any like spiders going. Nothing's jumping or nothing. So, I checked all that. I was using a battery. I started using my my power supply, and I keep it. It's like dead on 9 volts. So so there's no waving around, and I'm just having a hard time with this. So. That's where I'm at the moment, and I'm still working on it. And I might end up going and starting to do the FM side while I'm still trying to figure this out, because I don't want to hold us up, and hopefully the FM side will go better. One other real quick thing, I wanted to give you an update on the Hewlett-Packard audio generator that I got from John, Joe Arnott. Man, oh man. I took that thing apart. It looks like it's brand new. I mean, brand new. It's like from 1954. I don't know, whoever had it, I don't know if John messed with it or not, but I'll tell you what, it's like just super clean in there. It's either like it was never used, sealed in a box, or else whoever had it meticulously blew it out, because it looks brand new, okay? And it's got those like plastic sealed capacitors in there. I went and I checked it with my ESR meter. I went through everything. Thought, well, some of these have to be bad. Everything was like spot on. So okay, I put it on my okay, so I ran it up on the Variac. I thought for sure that well, something something needs to be replaced here. Something has to be done with this. It came to life. All the tubes came up. I let it run for a little bit. I put some lines on it and started checking out the frequencies. 400 is 400 hertz you have to use in here. It's right dead on 400. You put it on 400 up there, it's on 400. Doesn't wave a bit. Put it on 1K, stays right. Doesn't wave a bit. I flipped it all over. I did all kinds of things. I let it run for a long time. I took it off the Variac. I said, okay, let's see what happens here. And I would let it run on full power, through the regular mains. Let it run for hours. Come back. Then it's just, hey, I'm good. That's what it was saying, and it was good. And I've used it several times already now, and we'll do something fun with it, because I tell you what, it's a real nice unit. Thank you again, John. I know I keep saying that, but oh my goodness, it is really good. And I got the ICO, my ICO signal generator for the RF. Now that that has a 400 hertz tone that runs through the audio if you turn that on, the modulation. But at the time I was trying to use it, it wasn't, I don't know if I was doing it wrong or what or anything. I got that working okay now too. So I can go up, I can use the RFs and go go up pretty high if I need to. And then I've got the lower ones with the Hewlett-Packard, so that's worked out just excellent, But so that's how that went, and I think maybe we'll do in the future, because these little cans they're really cool. It's really neat how they're put together and how they work and that, and the workman on them is actually something else. How they got them wired up. Then maybe down the road, maybe we'll do some little tank circuits, and adjust them and see how the adjustments work and make them go on it. But we gotta finish this radio thing first. I want to get that done. So if you're following along, and if you're having problems, please let me know. I know Sala, his came through. His works great. And man, way to go, man, way to go. I'm waiting to hear how his FM goes. Like I said, I'm going to be following. I'm going to be doing the test on that. I think I have everything to do the test now. We'll see what happens there. And eventually, I'll get the AM working. I mean, it's just an AM radio. But I'll be darned, it's just, it's getting the best of me. It won't, but it's trying, okay? All right, so I'm going to quit talking. I ate up all your time. If you get a chance, remember, it's 9 volts going through, and see if you look at it and say, well, okay, yeah, that's a voltage divider. You should be, you should get like 1.5 on that, and that's what the book says. And if you figure it out, the formula, that's what the formula says. But this isn't doing that. So, like I said, it's dropping down like 8.6 or 0.86. So, see what you think. And I'll be back with you soon. Like I said, if I don't get this fixed, we're going on to the FM, so we're going to keep this rolling anyway. So until then, talk to you later. Have a great day, and God bless everybody.